Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant as we go rolling toward the weekend.
I'm Barbara Bailey. As you talk about the weekend, boy, it's going to be a chilly one here in the Bluegrass. The perfect weather for high school and UK football.
Yeah, cold games, though, and make sure you bundle up because we do have some cold days and nights ahead. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris live at our First Alert Weather Center, and this is before the real cold of next week.
Right, exactly. The cold you've been hearing about is really toward Wednesday and Thursday of next week, but now we're just dealing with some chilly conditions. That's the way we're going to put it, because when I start to compare those on 7-day forecast, you'll see why coming up in a few minutes. But Live Sky Camera, there's your shot outside, getting some breaks of some sunshine here and there, and temperatures aren't really being helped all that much. Clouds overhead, winds coming out of the north, just doesn't help. 41 degrees there in Richmond, 41 in Danville, pretty popular number there. Somerset at 41 degrees, and Lexington coming out in the low 40s too. Now let's go into the rest of the afternoon. We'll stay in the mid 40s. It's not going to feel that good, still on the chilly side, but check out football weather. 38 degrees. Now, I know Barb was talking about being perfect football weather, and it is, but you still got to bundle up. I mean, it'll make it feel like football weather, and that goes in toward tomorrow, too, as we kick off UK and also EKU. Now, we'll go over that because after 1 p.m., we may even see a little rain move on in, and I'll show you that hour by hour coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we thank you very much. There was a very close call this morning for a driver at a Lexington gas station. A car crashed into a van while trying to turn into the Thorntons on Woodhill at New Circle.
The driver then lost control and slammed into a gas pump, knocking it onto a truck on the other side. WKYT's Mark Barber has reaction from the man who was in the truck just seconds before the crash. It's our top story at noon. Mark?
The driver says just seconds after he stepped out of his truck, a car crashed into the gas pump, knocking it onto his truck. 4 vehicles were involved in the crash that police say started on Woodhill Drive when a woman slammed into a van as she was turning into the Thorntons gas station on the corner of New Circle Road and Woodhill Drive around 8:30 this morning. The driver tells us she lost control of her car, jumped the curb, and then hit a truck at the gas station before she ran into a pump. We're told the impact from the crash knocked the gas pump onto a truck. Firefighters tell us nearby drivers, worried about an explosion, took off, but we're told safety measures kicked in, shutting down the pump. Police say with the gas pump sitting on a truck and 4 vehicles involved in the crash, it's very surprising no one was hurt. The driver of the truck that was pinned under the pump tells us a few seconds saved him from being seriously hurt in the unusual accident.
Yeah, pretty lucky, 15 seconds difference. And I'm maybe part of that accident instead of just a bystander with a vehicle involved. So yeah, very fortunate.
Police say the woman who caused the crash isn't facing charges because officers didn't see it happen. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Well, and then the gas station employees are telling us that it will cost $18,000 to replace that pump.
Shoppers now have several new options when they visit Fayette Mall. There are nearly 24 retailers in the newly renovated middle wing, the site of the old Sears space. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel was in the middle of all the excitement when the stores opened their doors for the first time this morning. Whitney?
A dozen new stores are now officially open at Fayette Mall. The renovation of this part of the mall has been about a year-long process, something that hundreds of people have been very excited for.
Well, watch me come out with 5 bags and you're going to be jealous.
Janie and Jack, Altered State, Clark's, and Swarovski are just a few new stores now open at Fayette Mall. Their opening caps off a year-long construction project that added about 20 new stores in the middle wing where Sears used to be. This morning, hundreds of people anxiously awaited the opening of several new stores that are all new to Lexington. More than 100 people waited in line outside H&M, some as early as 4 o'clock this morning, just to get their hands on some good deals. Minutes before the official opening, excitement was certainly high.
I was like, yeah, because I mean, H&M's usually at like Cincinnati, then they brought one to Louisville, and now it's finally here in Lexington, so it's local, something to go to.
Most of the stores opened at 10 o'clock this morning. However, there are a few shops and restaurants that won't open until early next year. Reporting at Fayette Mall, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Mall officials tell us additional parking spaces are now available. Lextran has also added a stop in the front parking lot by the Cheesecake Factory.
The hunt has ended for fugitives with 3 people behind bars in Kentucky. John Gannam, Dallas Carlton, and Austin Cox are all facing drug trafficking charges in Boyle County. The Sheriff's Department Drug Task Force spotted the trio leaving Cheddar's in a white Jeep. After making a traffic stop, the officers say they found synthetic drugs, morphine pills, heroin, cash, and other paraphernalia inside the vehicle. A man who operated pain clinics in the South has been charged in a pill mill scheme that reached all the way here to Kentucky. The Herald Leader is reporting that a federal grand jury has indicted Joel Shumrak for passing more than 1 million pills and Xanax into Clay County from 2008 to this year. Shumrak and another doctor were part of a conspiracy that involved people from Kentucky going to clinics in Florida and Georgia to get their prescriptions without undergoing a medical exam.
The search continues this midday for the person who tried to rob a Lexington hotel overnight. 2 women say someone kicked in the door of their room at the Red Roof Inn on 8th and Boonesboro Road around 5 this morning. Now, when officers arrived, the victims say the robber demanded that they hand over everything, but they didn't have anything to give, so the suspect left empty-handed. A community continues to help a Central Kentucky teacher recovering from a serious medical condition. Students at Asbury University in Wilmore are holding a 5K and Fall Festival this weekend. The money raised will be donated to Shawn Carlstead and her family. Carlstead, a teacher at Rosenwald Dunbar Elementary in Nicholasville, lost her hands and feet to an infection several months ago. The festival and 5K run from 1 to 5 at Asbury tomorrow. You can register for that race on the Walking in Faith Facebook page.
A Central Kentucky jailer who lost Tuesday's election has now filed a lawsuit to try to disqualify his opponent. Lincoln County jailer David Gooch says Rob Wilson should be disqualified because of one of the signatures on his filing paperwork. In an affidavit, Gooch says the signature is from a state employee who is not allowed to take part in political campaigns. Gooch lost to Wilson by 726 votes. The motion will be heard November 24th in that county's circuit court. Kentucky Proud is taking the Buy Local initiative to a new level. State Agriculture Commissioner James Comer has announced that Kroger will sell 125 products from 34 Kentucky Proud producers. They will be sold at 88 stores throughout Kentucky. There will also be 2 new TV commercials to support the launch. Well, a popular holiday attraction in downtown Lexington is going to be open for the season coming up later today.
The first skaters will be able to hit the ice at 4 o'clock this afternoon. The fee is $10 for an hour and a half, which includes skate rental. Illuminate Lexington events, including the tree lighting, will be held November 28th and December 2nd. The ice rink will be open until January 11th.
All right, it makes the holiday season feel real, doesn't it?
It does, and one of the hottest acts in country music is coming to Lexington this winter. 5-time CMA Female Vocalist of the Year Miranda Lambert is bringing her Certified Platinum Tour to Rupp Arena Friday, January 16th. She'll be joined by up-and-comer Justin Moore. Tickets go on sale next Friday, November 14th. You can get them online or at the Rupp ticket office.